It's Tuesday, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening, so that's what it is. It's 12 plus 7, it's 19 hours into the day of December 4th, I think. I'm not really too sure about that. I'm vlogging as I walk again. I'm going food shopping. I update it every couple of days, just about every 4 days. If you want fresh food, you have to go food shopping. And I do everything by walking, so this is the beginning. It's going to be very short because, as I noticed on my other videos, when I get to a dark point, it's kind of hard to vlog. So I'm going to disappear for a few minutes as things get very dark. So maybe we can see forward a little bit. There we go. That's your result. I'll give you something to see until we get to that light part there. Basically, we're in blackness, and this is kind of the walk. It's not that black out here. Eyesight is always better than what you get with camera. Our eyes are not as the camera's not as sensitive as the eyes are. Anyways, now we're back. Learning how to vlog in the middle of the night. Well, not really in the middle of the night. It's when it's dark out. Vlogging by a street lamp. It is a bit of a challenge. And I said the part of the challenge is remembering what to say as you walk along. So that does provide a bit of a challenge, because I tend to kind of forget what I wanted to say, even though I've been preparing ahead of time. As soon as that camera light goes on, I kind of forget everything. So it's a matter of remembering what to say, and then of course your diction. If you want to be careful about your diction and what you say, you're looking at, just say you're listening to somebody speak publicly and you hear a mistake in their grammar. In many cases, it's not initially an issue with the grammar, it's an issue, here we're going to the dartboard again, it's an issue that there's something that with public speaking, or to a camera, that causes a person to forget what they're going to say. And so that's kind of an interesting little point there, that you do forget what you're going to say as you do things in front of the camera. I don't know when that happens. It happens to a lot of vloggers. It also happens to a lot of vloggers that they often fall behind on their vlogging. They don't have things to say. They run out of ideas, and every so often and now and again you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy," or "I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to vlog. I didn't have any ideas." And well, this is kind of a testament to that. Coming back to a light period again. Every time it goes dark and I'm vlogging, turn the camera around. When it gets light again, we're coming up to an intersection near the end of my street. I'll turn it around again. There we go. We're back in a proper light position. So I'm gonna cross the street in a little bit. You got to turn it off when you cross the street. There are so many people getting hit by cars, and it's not necessarily the car's fault. What happens is you got to realize that when you're on the road, you have to watch out to make sure that other people see you. And if you're wearing dark clothing outside or something that doesn't reflect, at night the people who are driving can't see you, and that's going to be an issue Because if they don't see you, they don't know you're there, they're not going to stop or slow down. So you always have to be careful at crossings to make sure that people have stopped. Right? When it's cold out, your nose gets runny. That the cars have stopped, and then more importantly, that on a right turn or a left turn, that they've seen you. If they haven't seen you, they don't know you're there. That's going to cause a problem, and it's going to be potentially very dangerous. So we're at the light, and that's going to be it for now. And I'll turn you on again later. We're just going to do a short food shopping. We're just going to go to TNT, and we're going to go to one other store to pick up a piece for the kitchen diner. Let's see here. Do I get the cross? Yes, I do. And this gave me an example of what you have to watch out for. That guy was anxious to take a right turn, and he really wasn't going to stop or slow down. So that's what you have to watch out, because people like that who aren't going to stop or slow down, it's not that they're going to run you over in terms of, ha, I see you, I'm going to hit you. It's they're not paying enough of attention to see you, to register in their mind, I need to stop and slow down. So this is something as a pedestrian you have to be careful with and have to watch out for. But anyways, as we walk along our merry path with a little bit of snow on the ground left, I will see you at TNT. I've done my shopping and I'm on my way back now. I was able to get enough for the soup that I want to make. I stopped into a place called Neo Home. And I was able to get a nice hot plate that allows me to make soup bases. Soup bases take about anywhere between 4 to 6 hours to simmer. And you need something that will be able to do that. And this is a dedicated hot plate that will do that. Keeps the diner nice and small, and at the same time allows it to produce a capacity that will last. Oh, this will produce enough soup base will last a month. So basically what happens is that you portion out in containers, you put it into the freezer, and you use what you need to use. And that's about it. So I got what I needed, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, along with a hot plate, and now I'm heading back. Alrighty, see you back at the... Well, I was supposed to do an ending vlog last night, but I didn't. And because it wasn't last night, actually, it was 7 o'clock this morning. I finished around 7 o'clock in the morning. And by the time I got done to the point where I was ready to do the vlog, the ending segment of the vlog, I was just too tired, so I ended up just going to bed and realized that I could do it today. Actually, right now, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. It's yet 17 hours. No, it's 19 hours, or 7 o'clock in the evening, into the day of Wednesday, December 4th. That's our timestamp. That's our log date and time. That I could do it now because the day really hasn't begun yet. Basically, the first few hours of the day, as I get started when they get up from sleeping, is not the day's work. What I have to do is I have to finish up work that I hadn't finished the period before. So that has to be finished up. Then if there's project I was working on, let's say I was working on a project in the kitchen diner, that has to be cleaned up and new products brought in. So in other words, there's a lot of ending work and prep work to do for the day ahead.
at the beginning of each day, so I can do an ending segment to the vlog for that period, because I'm still finishing up yesterday's work while I'm having breakfast. While I'm at it. So yeah, it's 19 hours into the day, or 7 p.m. and I'm just having breakfast, doing cleaning up some work from before. And I try to say yesterday. I'm saying my mind is thinking yesterday, but it's not yesterday. It's just simply a couple hours before. And this is the problem with a rotating clock in terms of sleep deprivation and your biorhythm. Your body has an actual clock, and your mind says, "Oh, I was doing this yesterday." Yesterday is supposed to refer to literally the day before, not just a few hours before in the same day. But when you have a rotating sleep schedule, in other words, you don't have a standard work day, your work day always changes, so your sleep schedule changes all the time. And then what ends up happening is that you start losing sense of time. And this is sort of the first stage into deprivation, is that you do lose your sense of time. You lose your sense of, sort of, in many cases, placial awareness. In other words, placial awareness. In other words, you don't know. You have a tendency to forget. Not actually forget, but not be fully aware of where you are. And this is sort of the entry stages of sleep deprivation. And even those like myself who have this type of lifestyle, once you do crash, you don't fully come out of sleep deprivation. You come out to a point where you're functional, still sleep deprived, but you're functional, and then you function in that this state is not fully awake, but it's a continuous sleep deprivation state. It's a state of continuous sleep deprivation, but you're functional during this period, and it's not until you get to a point where a couple months down the road you'll see me crash again. You'll get to the point where my functionality level starts to drop off, and what ends up happening? I end up crashing, and I'll need a couple of days in bed. Then once that happens, I start out of the sleep deprivation mode, out of the crash mode, and back into that sort of sleep deprivation functionality. Because again, what happens, because my days aren't normal, they're not regular days, they have a bizarre pattern to them that lends itself to being in a permanent state of sleep deprivation. So that's kind of where I am now, and that's kind of how these vlogs are kind of really all over the place in terms of the times and dates. They don't end when they're supposed to end. They don't begin when they're supposed to begin. And this is sort of the problem that sort of is presented with this type of BTS vlog, with my lifestyle. So there is something that to be said for all of this, and there is going to be a period of adjustments, and this is what you're seeing as Cyborg Alpha TV develops, as Physics TV, as it becomes Physics TV, as that TV network develops. You'll be seeing all the behind stuff here of how I deal with all these different things. This includes doing the YouTube Stroll, figuring out new ways of getting my material out there, and that's been working out pretty well. My YouTube Stroll right now, I'm concentrating on one particular YouTuber, More Christie. She is also Strawberry Electric 48. She's in the Beauty and Geek. I met her on the Beauty and Geek community. I met her doing Beauty and Geek. This is how I accidentally stumbled into the beauty community. So she's one of the people I met way back when I first started, in terms of seeing her channel. And I've just sort of been following along, but every once in a while you kind of fall behind. People don't show up in your feed until your YouTube subscription feed, so you have to go around and sort of check up on these different areas. But you can't do it. You meet so many people on YouTube. There's so many different channels on YouTube that it's impossible to do it all the time. So you meet one group of people this time, the next time you go over to another group of people. So this time I'm back at More Christie's, and right now I'm just following her move to college in Orange County, California. seeing her move in, seeing her dorm room, stuff like that. And I'm just sort of watching this section of her vlogs. And I'll probably be doing more because I found some stuff I like in there that I'll be doing more of on her channel, even for Beauty and the Geek, because she does tend to go to all these different cons, the IMATs, and all these different things that are specific to Beauty and the Geek. I will be doing a larger concentration on her for Beauty and Geek in terms of following her into a lot of these different areas that need to be covered for Beauty and the Geek. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. In a couple hours, I'll come back and begin the BTS vlog for Wednesday, December 4th. That will be the first opening segment, and then we'll see what we can get done. And oh yeah, happy Vlogmas! It's now we're in the Christmas period, so we'll be doing that. Anyways, see you in a couple hours for the beginning part of the BTS vlogs for December 3rd. December 4th. There we go again. December 4th. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the library, and I am the librarian.
I am the professor. And professor of what? Professor of physics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Free speech rules here at Democratic Earth.